Good morning, Vietnam. We just had some crazy price action. I looked away for 1 second, and and we went all the way up like 10 cents in a second. So that's cool. Or not, maybe not 10, but like 8 cents. We went way up and like that. So that's fun. Anyways, there's no news for the day really. We're just waiting to the open. We got 5 minutes to the open. We get the economic counter, the jobless claims. People are worried about it. You know how it is, right? It was what was it? It was 450,000, I believe. They don't even have it updated right now, but yeah, it was the jobless claims were bad. There was more, to my understanding, there was way more people filing jobless claims than they thought. So that's bad. That's bad for the employment. You know, not as many people working as they should. So some people are worried about that. You know, this is why. Well, you know, make your own opinions on that. But anyway, 642 right now before the open. We've got a 100% chance today to hit. We've got a 100% chance today to hit to 672, according to Crimson King software, which has had a very, very good accuracy. You know, I'd say it has easily over a 75%, probably close to a 90% accuracy that I've seen, at least. So I'm not saying, don't mistake me. That's the software. That's not me talking. You know, for me, it's more about high growth, where high growth does, where it goes on the day. But right now we're up about 0.5% pre-market, about 640, 641. 672 today, baby. Good morning, Vietnam. Oh, what's up, everybody? 640. 640 is where we at. We got 3 minutes to the open. Good morning, everyone. What do you guys think? 672? I mean, that would be nice, but we would have to break a lot of resistances. You know, the 21 SMA specifically, that's at like 665. You know, it's like, you know. Plus, we got a ton of moving averages to get through, right? I mean, look at this. We got so many moving averages right in that 640 to 650 range. From my perspective, it looks like there's a solid chance that we actually get rejected there, which is not what you guys want to hear. But I got to give it to you straight. I'm not going to tell you we're going to the moon every day, right? Although the thumbnail says that, right? I don't know about that. We would break the descending trend line from 15 if we hit 672. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I didn't even mention that. Yeah, we'd have to break this as well. We would have to break this as well. You know, it could be a quick wick up. It could be a false breakout. You know, something like this. We could technically hit it, you know, and be a false breakout. But that's just one scenario. But there is no news for... Well, there is technically news. There's this... I haven't seen this before. You know, correct me if I'm wrong if you've seen this and I haven't. You know, that's totally possible. But I haven't seen this one before. And it was posted 9 hours ago. Senior Management Applications Development. I have not really read too much on this. But... and I'm not really seeing anything very interesting here. So... But... Yeah, well, yeah, that's the only news for today. That's the only news that we've got so far today. And I saw a thing yesterday. You know, we need 2 more things today, guys. We need 2 more things. The run up, the green that we're seeing now, it's great, it's amazing, but we're missing 2 crucial elements. Well, okay, actually, no, we're missing one, and then the other one is just funny. We need Robbie Smith. That's the serious one, and we need Robbie Smith to get in here and say it's going down. Then we're gonna moon. We also, I also just want to say, does anyone know why we've been going up the last few days? We haven't got any news. I mean, we have, but you know, the company hasn't actually put out any PRs in like 3 days. So this is the reason why we're up. We go up when there's no news, go down when there's good news, right? That's always how it is. And I just realized that earlier because somebody commented that, and that's totally true. Although there's stuff that although there's like tweets, there's you know, there's this. I mean, is that news? That's barely news, you know. And there's some other stuff, but there's nothing big. Anyways, we got 30 seconds to the open here. 30 seconds. I think we get rejected at 663. We've got a lot of resistance points. You know, it's going to be hard. To be honest with you, I'll be surprised if we can break above the 21-day SMA. I'll be very surprised and close the day above that. That would be amazing, obviously. But I don't know if that's going to happen, though. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. At the end of the day, remember, earnings is what we're waiting for. That's going to be the day to... That's the day. I mean, that is the thing... That's what you want to. That's what you want to pay attention to: the earnings and the numbers and the projections. That's what you want to do. Worrying about the price action day to day. Obviously, you know, I do it myself, right? I'm not gonna tell you not to do it, but you just know that the stop price is going. I mean, the earnings is gonna be what matters. All right, here we go. There's the open. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! We've got a ton of buys. Oh, holy crap! That's a lot of buys. That's a lot of volume. That's a lot of volume. There we go. There we go. Come on, we've got a ton of buys in here. Let's see how Nan mentioned microvision. All right, they're opening up pretty green. High growth is pretty green by and large, looks like. Mars green. AMC is getting wrecked. Okay, that's interesting. 640 right now. I don't know if I don't know if Webull is glitching, it's my computer, or there's just no volume. But right now the orders are like really slow. They should be coming in much faster than this. Yeah, they're like 10 seconds off right now. Yep. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, 644 is the intraday high, and now we are. And I'm jinxing us. I jinxed it. No, I jinxed it. No. 15,000 shares sold to 640. Damn it. Damn it, pump it. Pump the damn stock. The force is activated. Go up, R2. We need to be going up and not down. 639 right now. The fellowship is not selling. That's freaking amen to that. The fellowship is not selling. No, hell no, I'm not selling. You guys do what you have to do, but I'm not selling. I don't care. I mean, I told you, it doesn't matter if we're at 650 or 550 before earnings. It barely matters. It's minuscule, you know? It's not something that's... I think even if we're, think of it this way, if we're at 5 and we get a revenue and we get whatever X number in revenue, like I don't know, 4 million, 3.5 million, whatever it is, we're gonna go up the same amount. We're gonna go to the same price if we were at $6, right? So let's say a revenue beat caused us to go to $7 precisely, right? A hypothetical, let's say whatever earnings we get, we're gonna go $7. If we were at 650, okay, we're gonna go $7. If we're at 550, we're gonna go $7 as well. And that's and I don't know if that's 100% true. It's hard to say, right? It's hard to say, but I think that's generally gonna be pretty accurate. And that's why I'm not really worried. That's why I keep saying earnings is what you want to pay attention to. And you want to, yeah. So, and let's check how the broader market's opened up here. Okay, Russell is cooling down. Okay, everything's pretty much flat, and high growth is flat as well, essentially flat as well. And then Clover's green, right? I heard about this. Isn't Clover the one that Jim Cramer said yesterday to sell, and then it skyrocketed? That's the best thing in the world. I love that. That's funny as hell. That's amazing. And we are back to green right now, hopefully trying to form a hammer candle here. So I hope everybody understands, if we close red today, or if we let's say bear case scenario, we close in the 5s today. That would suck ass. But guess what? I mean, if you can help it, you know, don't worry. I wouldn't worry too much about the day-to-day high growth movement. I would worry about the company, you know, and what the earnings is going to be, because we're actually finally like this close to an earnings finally. And now we're up about almost 1%, about to test the intraday high maybe. Here we go. We got the bullish flips, everything. All right, here we go. And look at that. We're actually outperforming the NNDM and Microvision today. That's amazing. That's absolutely fantastic right there. I'm actually surprised that that's one of the first times I've seen that in the first few days, or in the first few minutes of the open. That's insane. Have you guys seen that before? I haven't seen. When's the last time you saw BioNano doing better than Microvision and NNDM at the open? That's unheard of. And now, and as I say that, they both caught up to us. That's funny. Man. 644. And here, let me go ahead and give you some. So if we are going to actually go, if we actually are going to go up 5% today, or whatever it is, obviously that'll be insane. I mean, that'll be amazing. Like, we'll take it. It's anything else we get, any more green we get before earnings is just icing on the cake. We'll take it. We're not complaining. The fact is, though, we've got resistances left and right. I mean, we've got the descending level. We've got the 21-day SMA. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get rejected. I mean, pretty harshly. I can see us getting rejected pretty harshly at 662. I can see that happening. And as I'm speaking, we're getting a ton of buy orders coming in, trying to push us above 645, but we can't for some reason. Let's see if we got a buy-side imbalance here. It's saying no imbalance. This indicator is so bad, it only takes into account 2 minutes, though. Literally, it takes into account 2 minutes. 647, there we go. Bro, the intraday high, baby. And I don't want to get too hyped today, because I really don't think... it would take a lot. I think it really would take a lot for us to break above all of these levels of resistance. Like, I really don't... I mean, it can definitely happen. Remember, this stock is so damn unpredictable. It's so unpredictable. Where's Robbie? I know we need Robbie. We need Robbie. When do you ever think you would hear me saying we need Robbie? That's first. Robbie Smith, though, we need the bullish flip. Robbie Smith, where are you? We need you. He's only going to come when it goes down, though. Maybe if we go up to like 650 or 660, we're going to get rejected there, and then Robbie will come in, and then that'll be the bullish flip, and then we go to the moon. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We got a wall, a sell wall. Alert, fake wall. Fake as you can get. All right, this is a fake wall. Come on. We tear down walls easily, right? When the high growth gives us a chance, we're tearing them down. It's not hard for us. You know, tear down those damn walls. That's an order. It's no problem. We do it easily. And if we are going to give, if high growth is going to give us a chance, right now high growth is getting decimated, or at least nano and microvision are. We are not. We're still green, but we're going to test this and break this today. Now, I still think it is fairly likely. Maybe, hey, maybe I don't know what's going to happen. Right? It's very hard to say what's going to happen. But we did just get rejected. Looks like at like 647. Looks like. All right. I can see us ending the day right where we are right now, or a little bit in the red, consolidating. And the reason why is because we got a ton of, I told you this already, we've got 1,000 levels of resistance, literally. I mean, we've almost got 10 major moving averages in here. I mean, not 10, but like 5. We got 5 major moving averages right in that 640 to 650 area. And we've got a natural sell wall. And right now we've got high growth slowing us down and mitigating our gains. So, you know, it's quite the task for us to hit 672 today, like Crimson King Software is saying, which I don't, it's saying 100% chance for 672. Ah, man, I don't know. I don't know about that. I hope so, but it's just not very, I don't know if that's, it's certainly not a 100% chance. We'll see though. Where's missing score? I know we need, I miss missing score. I know. I worry about not getting enough shares before we hit 8. I'll tell you what, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. You know, hey, we're dipping right now, but I'll tell you, hey, we could easily, remember, we could close the day, and I have to say this because, you know, people are going to get mad at me if we're in the red, and I'm saying you're never going to see the prices at 5 again, and then we hit 5 or whatever. But so I got to say this, and it's true that that we could easily close red and go down to 550 before we go down to 10. And in that scenario where we do go down and dump short term, it's still 100% entirely possible that we are still doing great things and we're on a trajectory to commercially release the nano nozzle and get revenue beats and get 20 million on the year and 18 million. These things are all possible. So I wouldn't get discouraged on the day-to-day price action. That's just me. You guys do what you got to do though. All right, right now we're even. And let's see what the markets are doing now, because I'm assuming, yeah, the Russell is bleeding a little bit. The SPY just turned red, and the Dow is getting killed. Nasdaq's still green, though. And high growth is red mostly, but most of it is barely. You know, we're down 1%, and most of them are even, you know, if that. So, AMC's green now, dang. Clover's almost red. That's sad. Clover had a nice pump from Kramer, an unintentional pump from Kramer. That's funny. Like the opposite. It's like the opposite effect. When Kramer says to buy something, everybody shorts it. And then when he says sell something, everybody buys it. It's amazing. We're going to dump to 100. Yeah, 100% is what Crimson King software. And remember, I'm not saying Crimson King's gonna be right here, but his software, I will say, and this is you can go and look at the messages are there. The proof is for you on the Discord. His software has been right a lot of the time, and right now he's saying it's 100% chance for 692. You know, technically speaking, he could just be making these numbers up and just telling us, but he's been accurate like most of the time, and he's done this for probably a few weeks now. So 672, that's what he's saying. It's entirely possible. You know, hey, what if we do get a confirmed breakout today? You know, hey, we are right at the end of this kind of pattern, if you will. You know, it's a very not very clean pattern, but the descending trend line is the most clean thing about this, because you have 3 clear, pretty easy touch points to draw up. We're almost at the end, right? We have to break out in 1 or 2 days. We have to. So we're already getting the condensation of the price action to where it's, you know, bouncing, you know, going up a little bit, bouncing back, really small movements. Maybe today's the day. Absolutely possible. 100% possible. If high growth is going to go up, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to break out today if high growth goes up a lot. Absolutely. Yes, the jobless claims was a little bit worse than expected. It's funny how people care about the jobless claims more than other things that are happening. But yeah, that's what a lot of people are worried about today. And I'm not. Am I worried about that? Not really. Not really. Okay, I have you, and I do still have right now about 15 shares of UVSY. Let me go ahead and. Yeah, I've got 15 shares of UVSY right now. Yep. Yeah, and that's because, and I mentioned that because the markets are something that is scary right now. They're scary. They're unpredictable as hell, and I think a lot of stuff's overvalued. But I'm not a bear. BNGO is not one of those things. Absolutely not. And it's fun. They're not. I think you guys know. I think Binance is undervalued. That's as simple as it gets. All right. If it doesn't hit 672, then it's a new losing streak for the 4.5% mark in my algorithm, which isn't good since it means it's getting harder for the good percentage jumps. AMC green now, yeah, I know. Anyways, we are testing 633. It would be amazing today if we could get a confirmation of 633 as a support. That would be pretty beautiful. And also, if we are going to dip today, I'm glad I just remembered this. There is a potential scenario where we dip down to like 580 today, which sounds horrible. There is a potential for that. And this ascending trend, don't worry about these other ones. I'm sorry, this is confusing now. Worry about this one right here. The one that I just drew up. And this one, we would be going down, best case scenario, to about 595. And that's a big-ass drop. And that's not happening unless high growth gets decimated. Another scenario is this one right here. You see 1, 2, 3 touch points right there. That is maybe something more that's more likely to happen. I don't know. For now, I'll just leave this right here, and we can go ahead and see. But yeah, and we did get the bearish flip on the 15-minute, I believe. Got the bullish flip on the SAR recently. Okay, that's interesting. Got conflicting indicators. Down about 1% right now, and look at that. And it's actually and look on the bright side today, right? And remember, it's completely possible that we get a consolidation day, and that's 100% healthy for the stock, and that's actually what we want. We want a consolidation day where we go down 1, 2, 3% maybe, and then we continue the uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows. Maybe. That's totally possible. And the fact that we're outperforming Nano Dimension and Microvision, that's just beautiful. Okay, I feel that warms my heart right there, because I hate. You guys know there's nothing more than I hate with this. See, I absolutely cannot stand it when Nano Dimension is up 5% and BNGO is like barely in the green, struggling to say green, when our CEO just said we're not getting another offering, and Nano Dimension has offerings every second, and we get so many studies, the peer-reviewed studies, and the price does nothing. That is what is so frustrating for me. So it's great to see that one day, and of course for no reason at all, because the price is so irrational for BNGO especially. But we're outperforming, and you can't complain. You cannot complain when you're outperforming. And right now it looks like hopefully we're starting to form a bit of a hammer candlestick bullish pattern. Hopefully. 635, 636 right now. A lot of buys coming in, a lot of buy orders, and let's compare the volume today. We're about 10 minutes into the open here. Let's go ahead and compare volume this and yesterday. I'm sure it's nothing. Yeah, today's volume is even worse. If you can believe it, today's volume is even worse than yesterday. About 750,000 shares traded yesterday in the first 10 minutes. Now today you're looking at about 650,000, not even. So volume is shite. You already know. I mean, you already know it is. Okay. Marco's back. Yay! Kathy keeps buying NNDM. She knows something, but she doesn't buy any BNGO, so she knows something too. You know what? Kathy picked a couple good ones, but she missed plenty as well, man. You can't catch them all. You can't catch them all. And the reason why Kathy isn't buying is because she's got an excuse for a genomics analyst, Mr. Genomics analyst, who doesn't have any prior knowledge or experience with genomics. That's just crazy how for an ARK Invest team, I mean, at least have somebody with like a PhD with some sort of science degree, something in the science field. At least have someone like that on your team. Instead, no, they just have a finance degree as their genomics analyst, which I don't understand. But anyways, you know, shit volume. Yeah, I know. Volume is going to pick up. I'll tell you what, volume is going to be huge on earnings, and that's not a very bold prediction because it always is, no matter if it's good or bad. But I think it's going to be good. I think the volume is going to be extra good, and it's going to be moon time. That's what I think. I could be totally wrong. Could be totally wrong, but earnings is mid-August, and I like our chances. I say this all the time. It's the same old talking point. So that's how I feel, though. Marco, why don't you tell your buddy Robbie Smith to get in here? We need the bullish flip on the damn Robbie Smith clown indicator. Come on. Low plus, he owns Pat Bio, and he's naturally biased against BNGO. I know he's got previously made commitments or done. I mean, he literally owns shares. ARK has shares of Pat Bio, and he's out here telling everybody Pat Bio is so good. BNGO says, like, dude, we know you're biased as hell. We know you're not. We know that you're neglecting the facts. Like, where is his review on the peer-reviewed studies? Where is his review on the new nanonozzle evidence in the product listing? Where also, by the way, I just thought of this? God, I'm stupid. I just thought of this. Why did Simon never respond to the tweet that I had? I gave him the actual link to two of the two most important nanonozzle documents. I gave him the link to those, and he was like, "Where's your evidence?" He literally asked me for the source. Like, where are you getting this information, man? I gave him the fucking source. He did nothing. He didn't respond to me. Like, what is that? If you're not, oh man, No disrespect to him. Do you only cover BNGO? Yes, pretty much. Pretty much we do. Tell you what, does anyone know any nuclear stocks now? We were talking about that yesterday. Did anyone find any? I did zero homework at all. I did zero homework at all, and now this one's up 5%. That's fun. God, look at that volume. They're even worse than BNGO, and that's saying something. All right, but yeah, we're gonna do more stocks. We're gonna do more stocks in the future. Yeah, we will. We absolutely will. Nuclear gives me a boner. There are no other tickers in the world, just BNGO. That's right. That's the true answer. There's no other tickers. Man, why do I cover only BNGO? Dude, BNGO is the stock market. There's no other stocks out there. What are you talking about? This is the stock market. NNDM and Microvision, no one gives a I mean, what even is this? These are excuse for companies. This is the real company right here. 627. We're going down right now as I'm talking, about 1.5% of the red. And high growth's getting decimated right now. Not decimated. No, we're not quite there to decimation level yet. We're getting into the obliteration phase, if you will. You know what I mean? Pretty much everything's red. We're getting into the twos, the threes, and AMC flipped red. It's 2% of the red now. Microvision's about to go 3% of the red. The volume is shite all around. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. And the Russell's getting annihilated now. I'm guessing. It's actually stayed where it was. It's roughly about almost 1% down. So, but yeah, we're getting close to that decimation phase. Getting close to it. Hopefully we don't get it. Remember, it doesn't really matter though. Remember, it doesn't really matter whether we're at 6:30 or 5:30 or 7:30 before earnings, because I think if we get a revenue beat of whatever the revenue is going to be, it's gonna take us to the same destination if we were 5 or 6 or 7, whatever. I think that's most likely going to be true. And it's hard to say. Like, you know, there's just going to be way more FOMO if people look at the chart and it's like, you know, we're already at 7 and we're already running up pre-anticipatory way to earnings. It's impossible to say, but you get what I mean, right? If we get, our revenue is going to be the same regardless of what price we are before it. So we're going to go roughly to the same area once it comes in. It doesn't really matter if we're at 6 or 550. So anyways, yeah, we are bleeding. We are bleeding today, though. 622. This is kind of ugly now. I hope we can get a bounce off. Let's see. Where's the level? We already broke it. Oh, my God. We already broke it. 627 was our support, was our ascending support, and now we're just absolutely, I mean, hopefully this is a false breakdown, but damn. I mean, that's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. And then again, it doesn't really, I mean, I say all the time, the technicals are great. The technicals matter a lot, but the fact is, if high growth gets decimated, we're going to get decimated. There's not really a way around that besides like an actual catalyst. And then again, good news just sends us down and no news sends us up. So it's like, what the hell? All right. It's the same chart pattern as the previous days. Yeah, it absolutely could. That's a good observation right there. A little bit late, but yeah, absolutely it could be, right? We've had a couple times now. The price action the last 3 days, 3 trade days, it's been the same. Essentially you get a quick wick up and then you absolutely get annihilated. You dip a ton and then you recover throughout the rest of the day, big move, close the day much higher than where you open. It's the exact same pattern the last 3 days. Exact same pattern. So hopefully we're going to do that again today. You know, hopefully the price action is going to look something like this. And then we close the day fairly higher than we open. So yeah, something hopeful, or maybe we close at 640, right? We don't have to close all the way up at 650. So we'll see. 620 is the intraday low. We were down about 2.5%. This is ugly now. This is ugly. All right. Market is trashing right now. Yeah, the Russell just got annihilated. Russell just went down like 0.3% in a minute or two. Nasdaq's wanting to turn red. If BNGO reaches $15 end of the year, I'm gonna donate my 100 shares to someone in need. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. 622. We always have these down days on up market openings, need down market openings, and rallies afterwards. Free falling again. When this goes down, there's nothing that can stop it, but to go up, it takes days of green to move at 20 cents. Well, we're getting a bullish flip on the Marco clown indicator. That's good. We can't. If we can't get Robbie, we'll take Marco, right? We'll take the backup, if you will. Right, we'll take the fifth string, the sixth string, a quarterback like Marco, right? For the Bears, Robbie Smith is QB1, and then Marco's like QB5, right? If BNGO goes to $15 end of year, I'm going to Africa to dig a well. Dude, I don't know if you guys realize how much of a realistic possibility 15 is. I don't know if you guys realize that. There's easily, I mean, I think there's a great chance that the Sapphires get a ton of sales. And the reason is not because the management said, it's because of the product, and it's because of what they're selling in the niche that they're in, and the demand for this product. Remember, the demand for the genomic space, it's only going to get higher. There's a very nice CAGR for the genomic space's total growth, right? Compounding growth rate. There's a very favorable one, at least given by Kathy Wood, at least. That's the metric that I'm going off of. And that doesn't really matter, because the fact is we're better than everything else in the world. If we get a lot of sales, if we get more than 135, we're going to get a lot of money, and we're going to get a lot of beats, and we're going to be $15 end of year. There's no doubt in my mind. Imagine if we get like 160, 170 Sapphires installed, yeah, we're going to $15 end of year, almost certainly, if not higher than that. Yeah, absolutely. Because we're gonna get close. We're gonna be close to 20 million in revenue on the year, and that's like, I can't do math. That's 5 million more than the estimate, essentially. That's something like that. And anyways, as I'm speaking, we're absolutely getting annihilated. Let's look at the daily chart and let's look at the erasing. I guess we haven't erased all of yesterday's gains yet. We've erased 3/4 of them. 619 right now. And we are starting to get into the territory where we're matching the other two stocks that we move with, not just outperforming. We're starting to match them, getting in that territory. All right. We're not hitting 10 if the market is bad. No, we will. If high growth is going to get decimated, like absolutely, if high growth is going to get killed again, and just, theoretically, the market could have a bad effect on us long term, but it would have to be a bear market for a while, and even then, the revenue beats are going to affect us so much more. So I wouldn't worry a ton about that. Time to buy JMIA then. JMIA is good. JMIA, I like JMIA, man. JMIA is a good one, and they have gotten killed. Dang, this thing was at 21 recently. Did anyone else catch it in below 20 before? I actually did that. We actually did that live. I remember that. I'd actually bought a ton of shares there. I wish I didn't sell so soon, because I sold like right up here. Let's go back to BNGO though. 617. Oh god, this is rough. Let's see if there's any support levels that we have here. Oh, it looks like we got the bullish up on the SAR on the daily. That's interesting. Okay, let's see the 4 hourly. We got any supports here? Okay, the SAR. Okay, so that's 612. Still got some room to drop on for that support at least. 612 is going to be our next support there. Hopefully we can close the day at least above 6. Hopefully, if not turn this into a green day, because the fact is we still have a chance to go green today, and the reasoning I say is because high growth has a mind of its own. Okay, that's a fact. So, the people nowadays in the markets, I don't know what they value. They value the weirdest things over other things. But we may, and you factor in that the high growth is unpredictable, and that we've seen a similar pattern every single day in the last 3 trading days than what we've seen right now. To what we're seeing right now. We maybe going green today. And I say that because usually you get a quick dip and then you rally the rest of the day, close much higher than you open. It's the exact same pattern. And right now, we need to see a couple. We need to start seeing a reversal. But we still have the opportunity to do exactly what we've done the last 3 days. We'll see if it happens. What about Microvision? Microvision's very interesting. I like Microvision, but I would need to do more. I like them overall. I like their long-term outlook. I own JMIA, but there's a risk because it's a German company. Amazon dominates the U.S. Alibaba dominates China. Mercado dominates South America. Well, they've got the economies of scale, and if Amazon or someone else wanted to go on Amazon, it'd be very hard for them to take over because JMIA has so many advantages already. But I hear you. All right. Isn't it funny how everything just goes down, manipulation at its best? Well, I don't know if it's necessarily proof for manipulation, my friend, but I hear you, but high growth's getting wrecked. And when high growth gets wrecked, everything goes down. That's just how it is. But I do think there definitely has been. I do think there is manipulation happening in a lot of these stocks, especially BioNano, AMC, obviously. Okay, I'm not saying BioNano has been manipulated just as much as AMC, but I'll tell you what, BioNano not so much. I haven't felt that we've been manipulated that much recently, but in the past, throughout this uptrend right here and this little phase here, yes, I did think there was a lot of manipulation going on. And we've talked about the manipulation. I actually have a couple Reddit posts explaining why I think there's so much manipulation. Anyways, let's go ahead and go over here. All right, AGTC could rip today with R&D presentation. AGTC, well, I don't even know about that research and development presentation. I don't even know about that, my friend. But AGTC, I like their long-term outlook, but I cannot tell you anything about the short and midterm. Yeah, I like JMIA. Africa has some huge growth ahead with their population. I know they do. They do. And so many people in Africa, and this is what people don't understand when they ask about JMIA. The people in Africa, dude, they are half of them. A lot of them don't use their phones as much as we do, as much as Americans do. It's not like, you know how the phone, you think of it this way, right? Think of Africa like how America was right when the phones just came out, or soon, a couple of years after they come out. It wasn't fully accepted and adopted yet. Once they start using their phones and the internet more, dude, it's fucking, they're gonna use e-commerce, and the reason is because e-commerce saves you more money and time than going to the store and buying your shit, put it in the trunk, then going out. No, e-commerce is just more efficient. That's as simple as it gets. All right, now we got like 20,000 shares bought at 622 there, helping the price to go higher. Yet we're just going down. Hopefully we can form a little bit of a doji here or a hammer candle and then get that reversal going. 616 is the low. And our support, if anyone's looking to add today, if you're very bullish short term, make your own opinion, please. I'm not adding right now at these prices, and I love the stock. You guys know I think we're undervalued. The fact is, the markets in high growth is scary. UVXY and buying power are my hedges. And the support level today, the most immediate one that I'm seeing, at least, tell me if I'm missing one, right? I can always be missing some, but 612. That's what you're going to be looking at. Also, if we break below that, 595. 590s, 595. That's also going to be a good one. About 25,000 shares bought 623. All right. We're ending green today. I don't care. My man, exactly. Exactly. We're ending green today. That's right about Africa. Emerging markets have not yet adopted online shopping. Yes. Yes, precisely. I should have just said it that way. My way of explaining it wasn't that good. Yes. The internet has not yet been full. It's not fully widespread in Africa relative to what it is in America. The internet is everything in our lives. In Africa, for some of them, it's not yet there, but it's going to get there, and that's why e-commerce is going to do well there, I think. Anyways, this isn't a JMIA video. Fintech is going to explode in Africa as well. Merchants don't have to hold cash, and you can avoid shady banks or crooked cops. Yeah, Fintech's interesting. Yeah, I started reading the Bitcoin papers a while ago, the original Bitcoin papers, to try to do everything I could to understand it, and I gave up. I went to nuclear, and I'm still not even that far into going to the nuclear rabbit hole. But does anyone have any nuclear stocks? Did I ask that before? Did anyone answer? Nothing to see. Come back at lunch to see if we hit 6 or 7. 28,000 share BIOL at $6. Let's see if we got any other news today. And we don't actually have any. Oh yeah, we have this thing. Well, this isn't news. This was a couple days ago, but I thought I would talk about this because I think I said this yesterday, but I think I'm gonna make a video on the weekend explaining this. This is good for BNGO. This is good. This is good for us, and I'll tell you why. It's kind of, you can disagree with me. That's fine, but this is good for us. And PadBio acquiring this Omniome, whatever company for $800 million, right? This is good for us. Now, I have this. I don't know for sure. I could be wrong on this info, but the fact that this company right here, they do short read, and this is remember, this is PacBio. This is one of our competition, one of our direct, people like to call them, one of our biggest competitors, and that's kind of true. Not really, but we're in the same niche at least. Okay, so kind of, not really. We do. They don't do fucking long read sequencing, but whatever. We're gonna say they're competition, because a lot of people view them as competition. Omniome, they are a short read sequencing company. They do short reads. They don't do long reads. And it tells you that PacBio is done with long read sequencing, and they're done investing their money into doing long read sequencing. And basically, if you don't know, BioNano doesn't do long read sequencing. We essentially do, to make it simple, this isn't what we exactly do, at least what we call it, but we do extremely long reads, not sequencing. We do mapping, right? OGM. We do what long read sequencing tries to do, and it's great to see that PacBio is essentially giving up on what they're on doing what BioNano does. What this means is that BioNano getting a ton of machines being sold and installed next to PacBio's Hi-Fi and other products that do short read sequencing, this just makes it more likely. This also means that PacBio is essentially, in a way, accepting the fact that maybe this could just be the first acquisition of a two-part plan of them to go acquire some long read sequencing company. Sure, maybe, but I don't think that's the case. I don't think so. And this may be just them accepting the fact that BioNano has, and it's going to dominate the greater than 500 base pair read market for decades to come. I mean, that's as simple as it gets, and that makes me happy. That makes me more confident. So, anyways, are they giving up on long read sequencing because the market is smaller in long read sequencing? I don't know. Well, the fact is, if they could, and that's kind of a good question. But here's the thing. I mean, this is what I would say to that. I think they're giving up on this because it makes perfect sense, because they don't have a chance. They don't have a chance at going in the long read sequencing market, because the long read sequencing market, it depends on what you determine by. It depends on your definition of long reads, right? If you determine that by like a couple hundred base pairs, like 100, 200, 300, okay, that's like, BioNano doesn't do that stuff. But greater than 500 base pairs, mega base pairs, kilo base pairs, this is the stuff that BioNano does and no one else has a chance for. So, is the market smaller in long read sequencing? Not necessarily. I mean, I think overall there is more of a market in the less than 500 base pairs down to a single base pairs, but there's still a huge ass market in long read sequencing, depending on your definition, of course. So, CCJ, long-term nuclear hold. CCJ, huh? Let's add that to the watch list. Let's just YOLO in all my buying power in right now. I'm kidding. I'm messing around. You freaking Dave Ramsey's out there. All right, let's check out this chart. Let's check out this company here. Let me read the profile real quick. I like nuclear energy. I like nuclear energy companies. Nuclear energy stocks have been around for so long, and this chart looks absolutely awful, to be honest with you. They've been around like 30 years. Or not 30, like 25 years, and they have done. Okay, let's just check out the profile. All right, uranium producer. So that's the one of the materials to make nuclear energy. Do they actually have a nuclear reactor plant? Is there has to be private companies that are public that actually own a plant and actually produce the nuclear energy, and not just the mining for the resources needed for it. I don't know. I don't understand the science that much behind it. Anyways. Take a shot every time I say anyways. Good enough market to make this stock go to 20. Oh, easily. We already know there's two. This is from the CEO's estimations in Biona's management. There are thousands. I think they said there was 2,500 cytogenetic labs worldwide. And also, by the fact that they have this, where is it? I don't even know where it is. I think I have it in here. Let's see if I find it. There's a figure by the management, and it's talking about essentially a 10,000 sapphire install. Here you go. We estimate our market opportunity, and what they mean here. Don't mistake this with total addressable market. No. That's not the TAM. This is more of like the serviceable obtainable market, or the what's the other one? Anyway, this is the amount of money that they can get on an annual basis. Not the total demand for a product or niche. This is how much we can be making every year, to my understanding. Okay, so actually no, because this is one time, and then this is okay. So this, sorry, this is more of what is reoccurring. Okay, sorry, they word this absolutely horribly. Okay, but basically we can be making a couple billion in revenue if we were to get 10,000 Sapphire systems sold, and we estimate our market opportunity. Based on selling as many as 10,000 Sapphire systems. So this kind of gives you the idea that, yeah, they do think 10,000 Sapphire systems is somewhat realistic. Otherwise, they wouldn't have given us this figure, So, and you can kind of debate that, but the fact is, I think that's kind of what they're meaning here. So, yeah, 2,500 cytogenetic labs worldwide, and then the discovery research complementing sequencing 7,000 plus high throughput sequencers worldwide. We want to have a Sapphire next to every single sequencer, and that's okay. That's self-explanatory, right? That's self-explanatory, and what that would do for our revenue and our profit is you don't even, enough said, right? I don't even need to tell you. I mean, just look at the numbers. You've seen them. Boom. Okay, $1 billion in profit in 2030 alone. Do you think we're going to be valued at a $2 billion, not even the $2 billion market cap in 2030 if we're making $1 billion in profit? No, we're going to be valued. Oh boy, I mean, we're going to 50x, probably 100x, right? Our revenue is going to I mean, I can't even do those numbers, going from not profitable to 1 billion in profit. I don't even know how to do that math. Okay, somebody do that math for me. But you're going from zero revenue, essentially negative, actually, to 1 billion in less than 10 years. And people say this is overvalued. Hey, that's totally fine. This is not for sure going to happen. It's hard to predict the future, but if the sours are going to sell like the company expects them to, essentially, at least a little bit, global sour adoption, that's what they say they want to do. That's what they say they're going to do. It's over. It's over. And that's why it's so easy to long-term hodl this stock. It's so easy to. All right, Mark, my friend, as I said, I do not recommend buying BNGO until late next week or beginning of following next week. I think that very big money wants shares. They will use a short strategy to get them. All right. Simple as it gets. Take a shot every time I say it, as simple as it gets. Nuclear energy, not good with Democrats in control. That's bullish for the future of nuclear energy. You want to be, well, whatever. We won't do the nuclear energy rants. Yeah, don't delete Mark's don't delete Mark's messages, please, my friend. Don't do that, Clayton. All right. Let's go over. Let's refresh the Twitter. Yeah, Mark. What the hell? Why did they? Hey, unhide. How do you unhide him? Okay, there. I just unhid him. I just unhid him. Okay, Mark, you should be able to comment now. Anyways, all right. There's nothing new here except this tweet that we got yesterday. We got the presentation coming up mid-August. That's going to be the earnings. And then let's check. Do we have a short interest update on the day since then? We do. All right. So the short interest is up about 0.5% on the day. Still about 50 million shares sold short. So nothing huge there. No, Clayton, you're all right, my friend. I know Clayton's on a power trip century, Mark. Yeah, I'm sure it was just a mistake. Y'all see the Bitcoin conference? I saw. There was a couple things that I saw. I did see. I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but I saw Elon Musk and Cathie Wood and them talking. I watched about 10 seconds of that, and I got bored. Damn, I think Cathie Wood is great. She's a genius, but she's so dogmatic sometimes. I don't know, whatever. 622 right now. Everybody sounds dogmatic if you take them out of context. I only watch 10 seconds, right? That's probably why. Every day I wake up and I look at the calendar, mid-August gets closer and closer every day. Yeah. Okay, my YouTube stream thing just unexpectedly quit. All right, let me get back in here so I can actually see the chat and not freak out. 622 right now, hopefully starting to form a reversal here. It looks like we're trying to bottom out, but I mean, let's try some indicator. Let's see if we got some bullish divergence here. Not really. Bullish divergence, and this is here. While we're on the topic of that bullish divergence, let me show you guys something. And this is why a lot of people think we're not done, and why this is a true reversal, and why we are going to go up way more. If we look at the RSI on the 4-hourly chart, you can see you make a higher high on the RSI indicator and a lower low on the price, and that's called bullish divergence. Is when the price goes one way more, like goes down, and then the indicator goes up, right? And not like a straight line, but if you look here, it's pretty simple. We've got a clear line like this. Your support is right there. It's clearly descending, and then you've got an ascending support right here, right? And that's bullish divergence. And that's how it is. And that is a way to spot a reversal, and we got that perfectly. I should have spotted that out immediately when it happened. I don't know what I was doing, but anyways, But yeah, that's what we got, and that's one reason why we may have room yet to go. It was and obviously we've got other indicators as well, right? We've got the bullish flip on the Supertrend SAR, and we're still green today. Actually, we're still short term right now. We are still in very bullish territory until we break the SAR, or at least both of these really. On the 4-hourly, and you got support at 612. That's what I was talking about. 612. That's the most immediate level of support. And as I'm talking, we're bleeding. All right, BNGO is a $75 stock, but not until big money steals your weekend shares. Musk admitted he personally holds Doge and Ethereum. That's funny. Elon Musk is boring. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know. He was definitely not boring. He said I may pump, but I don't dump. That's funny. That's funny. I like Elon. I like Elon's meme. I'll tell you what I did like Elon Musk and Joe Rogan. I like that. That was a funny ass podcast, man. Do you guys know the picture that I'm thinking of? Oh, it's such a famous picture. It's beautiful. And then the news came out the next day. It's like Elon Musk smokes weed. He's what did they say? I mean, they made it sound like he's a bad guy. He's like horrible now, you know. He had a Doge shirt on as well. That's funny as hell. Hopefully forming a hammer candle here. How many times have I said that? Please, somebody, if you're ever going to do a drinking game, if you ever want to have a good time and you're watching one of these streams, you're like, Brandon, I can't look at your big ass forehead anymore. I need to spice this up. Do a drinking game and take a shot every time I say as simple as it gets, anyways, or hammer candle. It'll be fun pretty quickly for you. So my broker is offering leverage. Do you think I should use it? If you have to ask that question, then probably not. I use it, but I don't use very much. I only use it. Webull is weird with its margin, but yeah, margin. If you're gonna, margin. I do think if the fees are not bad, which on Webull they're not bad at all. The margin, if they're not that bad, then yeah, I think it's a good option if you know what you're doing. As long as you can avoid a margin call somewhat easily, right? I am kind of amazed at people who get margin calls frequently because they're very easy to avoid, at least with my amount of margin, I should say. So I don't know. So I don't know. You make your own decision. Yeah, you make your own decision. If you're gonna use margin, don't use a lot, right? Don't use a lot if you're gonna do it. Especially if you don't know what you're doing. You know, market crashes. You're gonna be screwed if market crashes. So. But it's very easy to avoid, in my opinion. Elon is awkward. I love him. Yeah, I like that Joe Rogan podcast with Elon. It was awesome. Did you guys watch that? Did anyone watch that? What about the Alex Jones and Joe Rogan? God, I love that, man. That was funny. Those were fun. Those are my two favorite Joe Rogan podcasts. 15,000 shares just bought 621. Hopefully, I mean, this looks like a bit of a doji candle. Hopefully forming here. We got an inverse hammer, which is bearish, and then hopefully we're getting a doji or a hammer. That'd be even better, right? That'd be bullish. But right now, yeah, everything's just going sideways. Everything is trying to bottom out, but everything's going sideways and high growth right now. I liked how Eddie Bravo messed with Alex Jones. I know, that was funny as hell. That was funny as hell. Tried to choke him out. Oh, that was fun. That was a fun time. Brandon, 300 shares. Are we crashing? Are we crashing? My friend, we're down 2% on the day. Is this what it's come to now? Joey Diaz ones are awesome as well. Yes, I like those ones are pretty funny. I like Joey Diaz is funny. He's one of those guys. Does he make up stories? Sometimes it sounds like he makes up random ass stories, but he's funny. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so Brandon, 300 shares. Great question by Amia Alfonso. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that pronunciation. I have 300 shares. Brandon, are we crashing? Right? Are we crashing? If you have to ask the question, if we're crashing when we're down 2%, you know, it might not be the stop for you. And I said yesterday, I hope you paid attention to me, and I hope you have done this. And I say it all the time. If you're gonna make money with this, if you don't want to lose a lot of money, you have to do a couple things. You have to get a lot of research under your belt. You have to do hours of research. All right. I mean, at the very least, you need to watch a lot of the due diligence videos I do. Hopefully, you go and do your own independent research. I hope you at least do that. And you have to have a plan. If you have to consider the possibility that we're going to go down to 550 again. We could. I can't control the price. I can't say where we're going to go for sure, but I will say that there's a possibility that high growth continues to get decimated. Like today, I'm just going to call this decimation at this point. Bion is down 3%. Microvision's down 4.5%. This is everything. Look at this. Every single thing is red except SOS. What the hell is SOS doing? dude, it's decimation today, right? If high growth gets decimated because of the inflation or government spending a ton of money, and then suddenly everybody cares now, right? That's not going to happen. No one gives a shit about the government spending. But if something like that were to happen, yeah, we're going to get decimated, and we will see 550, maybe even lower. You have to have these possibilities. You have to consider them. Now, don't get me wrong. I think if you hold through, if you just add more shares, if you dollar cost average in, or whatever your strategy is, long term you're going to make a lot of money. That's my opinion, and you have to understand that I could be wrong, right? Obviously, I could be wrong, but I think the Sapphire and BIOL's company is something that you want to hold for years, and I mean that seriously. For most investors, and most of you guys have a similar philosophy as me if you're here, which is you can beat the market if you have good stocks and you diamond hand it and diamond bull, and you got to have a decent price. But over the long term, this company is going to outperform almost everything in terms of revenue, and it's going to get crazy increases. Its stock price is going to go up a ton if these numbers are even close, even in the same ballpark. It's a no-brainer. Like if these numbers are accurate, 10 years from now, or even 5 years from now, the stock price will 20x or 50x or maybe even 100x with this much in profit. Maybe it's hard to say. But anyways, all right. I've noticed that every morning we go down first and then we go up straight about 2 to 5%. Well, yes, that's what we've seen the last 3 days. Hopefully it continues. I hope it does. I buy and sell. That's why it's like a bipolar effect. That's not good. That's not good, my friend. You need to fight that, or you need to get out of the market right now. That's not a good. I don't know if you might not be ready for the market. I don't know. Bipolar is like the worst. Is like maybe one of the worst things to have if you're investing, especially if you're looking at it every day. So just be careful. Just have a plan. If you're gonna like be in one mood and then go and think something else in a day, whether we're green and red, you need to make sure you do a ton of research and understand understand what these numbers mean and how we got there, and how likely it is that the Sapphire's CAGR actually is that, or if it's higher or lower. You know, I made a video about this actually being the bear case scenario, right? Think about that for a second. But I could be totally wrong. You need to do your own damn research. Please. Got 30K for the next 2 months. Get ready, Brandon. Woo! Bullish for life. Yes. Just stick it away and look at the price in 10 years, but always keep on top of what the company and its competition are doing. Sure, yeah, that's a good idea, yeah. Well, only hold BNGO if you're confident in it. And you have to determine that. Don't let the bulls convince you that this is a good stock. All right. Yes. It's gonna be very hard for you to find anyone that said this is a bad long-term hold. But are you going to add more or sell more right now? Buy back in lower? Are you gonna try buy back in lower? What are you gonna do? That you got to determine what you're gonna do. Anyways, as I'm talking, 614 new intraday low, and we'll see if we hold 612. That's where the support is. Whew. Let's see. 612. Hopefully we continue to stay green here. Technically speaking, we're still in pretty bullish territory short term as long as we got a super trend. But again, it doesn't really matter. Again, it's kind of trite for me to. It's kind of the mere existence of me streaming every day is kind of trite when I say, admittedly, every single day, the stock price is kind of irrelevant. It kind of in this time that we're in right now, because we got earnings right around the corner, and that is something that should get you excited. But you need to know that there's several different ways that they can go. I am very confident. The one thing that I think there's like essentially a 0% chance of this happening, which is a very bad miss. If earnings is going to be not that good, it's going to be a match or a very slight miss, because the company's already said they're comfortable with the estimates, and we already know about a huge amount of revenue that we already have confirmed. So I'm not really worried about that. What I am worried about is how much the beat is going to be by, and if it's going to be or match, obviously, right? It's just hard to project it. It's hard to project. And also I want them to freaking clarify what's going on with the and let me control F this. I want them to clarify what the hell's going on here. What is going on here? I'm so confused. Like, are they going to tell us that we were getting these? I don't know. You guys tell me if I'm an idiot, but I don't know. Are they going to say that they got them, that they actually successfully got the accreditation? However they do that, right, for the LDTs, right? Because these are pretty good, right? If there's going to be several laboratory developed tests that are going to be ready and being used for ALL and FSHD. That is, to my understanding, in European United markets, or is it European United? European Union. Sorry, European Union markets. That's going to help us get in the diagnostics realm, to my limited understanding. So that's fucking huge. All right, are we going to get that or not? Like, tell me what's going on. Management needs to tell me what's going on with that. And obviously, what we all want to know, right? What we all want to know with the earnings call. Nano nozzle, where is the nano nozzle? Eric, tell us that you're going to commercially release it. I wish they were not so secretive, and I wish they just came out and told us the progress on it, because they already did last year, about basically exactly 1 year ago. Actually, a little bit more than 1 year ago, I think. Eric came out and he told us. In that patent, the issuance of the nanochannel nanopore device, he told us that he essentially implied directly, just think of this as a quote, okay? You can go do your research and fact check me if you want. This is what he means. They want to commercialize the technology, but they don't have a date yet. We have not heard a formal update from the company in a year. What is going on? Why are they so quiet? I don't understand. There has to be something more to this mystery. And then you got the CLI lab mystery, and then you got the FDA approval mystery. It's like, there's got to be something going on behind the scenes. Out of all of the things that could be happening, if just one of them is happening, that's like, if one good thing is happening, like for example, they're getting the 5 large clinical studies, that is evidence for the FDA approval. That's my theory on those. What if the CLI lab is what if that's for more FDA approval evidence? What if they're using both of those things for FDA approval, or one or neither? And besides all that, above all that, what if they're working on the nano nozzle right now, getting it ready for commercial release? Is that why they've been silent? Is that why we had the responsibility for one job listing as a product launch? You know, and I can't actually find that job listing anymore. But the fact is, and what I actually wonder, and this, I actually just thought of this right on the spot, but I wonder if they deleted that listing because they saw my video. And they can't delete my video though, because you can go on YouTube and find the video where I go over the topic of this one right here, new nano nozzle evidence. And I'm pretty sure this is the one that shows the nano nozzle, the listing. Did they delete that listing because they saw that they're about to launch a product? I have no idea. What is going on here? Good morning, Brandon. I am down $1,000, but I'm confident with BNGO. I will buy more when it drops. That's the mentality. See, that's the mentality of a winner. You know, that's the mentality of a winner. But you have to put your money where your mouth is, and you have to be here on the red days, and that's what it sucks. That's what sucks. That's where it really sucks to be a BNGO holder, when everything is red, when BNGO is down 5%, 6% for the third day in a row, and we've experienced that very recently. Like I mean, it's all too recent. It's all too fresh and vivid in the mind, right? We went down like how many days in a row? We went down like 10 out of 12 days in a row, literally. I mean, that's fucking carnage, and it doesn't get any more. There's no more. That is horrible. That's death. And if you don't have a plan, you're going to maximize your losses by selling at the bottom. And I would make the case that you're mistaken if you're selling right now. That's what or at least no. If you're trying to short-term trade, that's fine. We're still in bullish territory, by the way. We're down 3% because high growth is cooling off. We are still in bullish territory right now. Mark my words. That's what I think. Yeah, no, make your own opinions. But I think you are definitely mistaken if you're selling now because you don't like the company, just because we're down today. No. This is what separates the fellowship and the idiots, right? The Robbie Smiths, the Dr. Peppers, the Marcos, all those people that are freaking, no, you know how they are, right? I won't explain them to you. I'll spare you the details of them. You're welcome. We actually look at the company and not the stock price. And we gauge how the company's doing, and the sales and the revenue and the product's advantages over the other stuff, and the forecast and the future. This is the stuff that we care about. We don't care about the day-to-day movement. We just try to buy more when it's low. That's as simple as it gets. And those are the people, in my opinion, and that is what Warren Buffett does. Does Warren Buffett care if the price goes down 5% on the day? Does he care about that? No, I'm telling you, he's looking at the key internal business metrics. He's looking at the revenue. He's looking at the financials. These are the things that he cares about. And long term, that's how you make money. You make money in the market because, well, it's one way, right? It's one way to make money. You got to buy. You got to be greedy when those are fearful. Buy in at the lows, hold through the fucking death and carnage, and make it. And if you're right about the company, which obviously, okay, I mean, not that many YouTubers are out here saying BioNano is going to do great long term, because it's very big risk and no one understands technology. And I'm not geneticist or doctor or close to it, but I've done so much reading that I am pretty confident in saying, and I am very confident in, and you guys know this, I'm literally putting my entire YouTube channel's success chances and portfolio success chances literally straight into BNGO. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. So that should tell you how much. That should tell you my confidence in this. And you know, we'll see what happens. But I think the future has good things, and I think there is stuff brewing behind the scenes. I think they're doing good things. Even if let's say bear case scenario, no FDA approval coming in anytime soon, no nanonozzle coming anytime soon. CLI lab is a fucking scam somehow, even though that's already confirmed to be real. But even if it was, even if all that stuff is not true, guess what? We can still kick ass on the sales. And the reason is because the Sapphire is better than everything else in the world and what it does. And that is the fundamental reason why we're here. That is, whether you know it or not, when you buy BNGO and become a long-term hodler, and when you say this is a good company, you are betting your chances on the Sapphire selling. And that is why we're so confident. The people who actually looked at the Sapphire and actually looked at it compared to other methods, and watched the damn hour-long presentations. If you guys, how many of you have not watched the hour-long presentations on the Sapphire deep dive session? Probably a lot of you probably have not. This presentation right here, this is probably the best presentation you can do to understand why Sapphire is better. That is the director of scientific affairs at BIOL, if I remember correctly, and he explained, and it's factual stuff. It's not like he's just making stuff up out of his ass. No, this is legit information, and this tells you why Sapphire is better than everything, and why we think a CAGR of 63% may not even be enough. Right? All right, but anyways, that's enough ranting. All right, let's end the stream here pretty soon. Last minute questions, and then we'll get out of here. All right. Everyone's saying 10 end of year. So YOLO. This is for the kids in Africa. What? I think we are a week, maybe two away from a big bull run. If earnings is good, we're going to $8 soon. Simple as it gets. Simple as it gets. The funny thing is your strategy is just like Kathy Wood and you don't like her. That's true. It is very similar to Kathy Wood. It's true. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like her, but yeah. Anyways, all right. Is there any questions here? Is there any questions? We're going to get out of here. Earnings day is mid-August. As simple as it gets. Yes, sir. That hoodie is ready to go. Let's make sure we don't have any news or anything. I'm sure we don't. Right? We very rarely have news. I've done it actually a couple times. I've refreshed it, and then boom, there's a new tweet just like that, like a minute ago. I've had that happen a couple times actually. You guys know it has. All right, thank you guys so much. All right, why is the market so bipolar? Because that's the definition of the market, my friend. I would like to point out that this is exactly how BNGO started the last 2 trading days. Yeah, exactly. That's good. All right, Mad Money did juke us last night. I know. Thank y'all so much. Sue is coming on for earnings. Thank y'all so much. It's not finished advice. I will see y'all in the next one.